What's going on, boys and girls? It's your boy Maydouz, and today I am going to be doing something totally different. Today I am actually going to focus on Alliance War defense strategy. Right now I am going to focus on the Protect defense because a lot of alliances are going to be running Protect for season 24 of Alliance War. So to get you guys started, I will basically explain how I choose my defenders for Alliance War defense. It is not a very difficult procedure that I use, nor am I telling you that it is the best. But this has helped me a lot when it comes to Alliance War. Now, the first thing you will need to know is that I categorize champions within 3 groups. The 3 groups I categorize them in would be, the first one would be problematic defender. Now, problematic defender is very simple to understand. It is like I color coded it there as green. The other one that I want to talk about is a tactical defender. Tactical defender is what you will be running when it's Protect. The other one that I will talk about is a neutral defender. So those are the 3 categories that I put or place defenders in when I am setting up Alliance War. Now, I'm going to explain what a problematic defender is. Now, that's the defender that is stubborn or difficult to fight. That defender is annoying. And that defender does not benefit from the Alliance War tactic, whether it is stubborn, whether it is Protect, or whether it is whatever it is. They do not benefit from the Alliance War tactic. Now we are talking about Protect. Now when we're talking about Protect, this would be the list of problematic defenders that are not Protect defenders. Now if you see from the list, there are Void, Mordo, Taskmaster, Domino, Nova, Longshot, Tigra. All these champions that you are seeing there is what I considered problematic defenders. Now, by no means necessary do you have to follow my defenders list. You can create one of your own, add and remove. I will also put this list in my description as a guide for you to follow. You must also remember this is the last resort when it comes to your Alliance War defense. If you think there are champions who should be on the list, please leave a comment with that champion name at the bottom and I will explain why I did not put them there. The next one that I want to talk about is what I considered a tactical defender. Now, as you could see, a tactical defender is a large or a extra large defender who benefits from the Alliance War tactics, and in this case we are talking about Protect. So you know, if the champion is large or extra large, they might be a tactical defender. But this is where it gets tricky, because not every large or extra large defender would become a tactical defender. There is a fine line between tactical defender and what I considered a neutral defender. But a tactical defender on my list is a defender who benefits from the tactic Protect and have 1 or 2 built-in mechanics which help them become a little more stubborn to fight. This does not mean that they are difficult to fight. No means does this mean that they are difficult to fight. It just means that they benefit from the node Protect, and it makes the fight a little tougher for the alliance that you are going up against. Now, in some cases, you will have like Ultron or Hyperion. Hyperion, for example, has his power gain buff, which is annoying sometimes. You have champions like the Champion with his Unstoppable. You have Kingpin with his Unstoppable. Joe Fixit is on that list, and the reason he's on that list is because on certain nodes, for example like Kinetic, he is annoying to fight if you do not know how to fight him. Sentinel is a tactical defender in my opinion, especially placed on the right node. So this is my list that I have so far of what I considered tactical defenders. Now, by no means should you follow my list, like I said earlier, but you can use this list as a guide to how you want to identify your tactical defenders. Now, remember, on Alliance War, we only have 30 spots. Now, out of the 30 spots, some of these defenders would be on the list. Now, this is not the first list that you should be looking for defenders from. This is the second list, just in case the first list is not completed. Now, the first list, however, would be our neutral list. So until you have gone through every defender on your alliance roster and realize, wow, I need more defenders, this is the list that you need to visit. This is what I call tactical defender. Now, like I mentioned, the other one is neutral. Now, a neutral defender is a defender who benefits from the Alliance War tactic and what I considered a problematic defender. Now, those defenders would be your number one priority when you are considering setting up a Alliance War defense. These are the defenders that you really want to look for as rank 3 champions. We have common ones like Thing, we have Sasquash, we have Cog, Dragon Man. Those defenders on the right nodes would be very, very, very problematic, and they also benefit from the tactic. Now, whenever you're looking for neutral defenders, this is a list that I would recommend that you do follow. It is not easily quicked and not easily ghosted. Now, you might have other champs to put on this list, but like I said, it is always up for debate. So right now, I'm just going to take you through the map and show you guys what it looks like when I go through my Alliance War defense. The first thing I like to do is prioritize. Now, I'm going to prioritize the main lanes in section 1. And when I mean prioritize the main lanes, I'm talking about these 4 lanes. Lane 2, I always have a neutral defender, a defender who benefits from the tactic node and the defender who is problematic. In this case, I have Apocalypse and Cable. Cable is a brilliant defender. Some people don't realize how much of a problem Cable is. I always prioritize lane number 5, which is Ebb and Flow Knockdown. Now, in most times, I will go with a tactical defender as well as a problematic defender. The reason being is when it's a tactical defender at the front, that means that you do know that they have to follow the guidelines when it comes to protect. And the other one will be a problematic, which means they most definitely might or will need a different champion for that lane, which means you're forcing them to bring 2 different champs for 1 lane. The other lane that you really want to pay attention to is lane number 9. I usually go with a problematic and a tactical defender. Now, it will be the reverse of lane 5. Sometimes I like to switch up lane 5 and lane 9 depending on the defender. But with my alliance, I have to go with a problematic and then a tactical. So lane 9, I like to use, for example, Massacre. And people tend to ask, but why Massacre? Because Massacre gets kills. Some people don't know that when Massacre hits your block and you are immune to Incinerate, he actually inflicts damage to you. Massacre has destroyed rank 3 Colossus. So I have seen him work, and he is a great defender for that lane. I always like to make lane 9 quick proof and ghost proof. Even if you cannot get one, you get the other. By no means is it the most difficult lane, but you do have to find a way in which you can get a few kills. The other one that I like to prioritize is lane number 7. Lane number 7 has kinetic transference. A lot of people still have problems fighting on that lane. In my opinion, the best champions to put on that lane is a champion that cannot be quaked and cannot be ghost. That way, they do have to deal with fighting that defender and end up using a champion that they did not want to bring in the first place. And obviously, Sinister is a neutral because he cannot be Ghost, but he can be quick. But it doesn't matter where you place Sinister, at the end of the day, he is neutral because you cannot use Ghost when it comes to him. You will need specific champions to handle Sinister when that time comes. That's why he is one of the neutral champions that I have a asterisk by. Now that you know which lane to prioritize, after you have done so, you can deal with the problematic defenders and place them wherever you need to in section 1. Now we're going to move on to section 2. Now you need to prioritize certain lanes. Now I would recommend you taking good notice of lane 1, 2, and 3. These lanes, you do want to at least make them or build them really strong depending on your defenders, because some alliances like mine will blitz 1, 2, and 3 and remove boss, so to make everything else easy. So as you can see there, I have placed tactical and neutral defenders on lane 2 and lane 3. The reason being, you do not want the alliance to blitz and remove boss with ease. On lane 2, I do have extra large champions, and it is not a easy lane for some people. That's why I would recommend putting neutral and tactical defenders on lane 2. Lane 3 now, I have seen Sentinel destroy people on lane 3 a lot of times during the off season. Previous war, Sentinel did get another kill, and Mordo there, usually a lot of people make the mistake and die to Mordo, who can easily be quicked, but at the end of the day, not everybody can or will use quick. Now this will end with Doom. Now Doom is not a tactical defender, but he is a problematic defender. So these are the lanes that I would recommend anyone prioritize in section 2. That will be lane 2 and 3 like I previously mentioned, lane 5 which is ebb and flow intercept, lane 7 and lane 9. So just in case that they have not blitzed 1, 2 and 3, lane 7 and lane 9 would still be a very good stand-in for some attackers. I for one like to put Mordo on lane 7. That way we do not have a cheese with a champion like Dr. Octopus. Lane 9 I like to put Dragon Man, just because of you need specific champs to fight him. So when it comes to section 2, these are the lanes that I would recommend that you take a very good look at and do place a lot of neutral and tactical defenders. Lane 9 is not difficult to fight, but like I said, some people do have problems when it's Dragon Man, and you will need specific champions. What I forgot to mention is node 22, 23, 25, 26, and even 24. Those are the minis in between section 1 and 2. So we do know we have Power Snack, which is I think 22, I believe. Then there's 23, which is 23 would be Mix Masters. Yeah, so those nodes, you want to put problematic defenders. You can put tactical defenders, but like I said, there will be too many options for the attackers to use. So instead of focusing too much on those, I would suggest putting problematic defenders there, except for when it comes to Footloose and when it comes to Mixmaster. You do not want to put a champion that can be quick or a champion that can be Ghost on Mixmaster or Footloose. That will create a problem for you. So those two nodes, I would recommend putting a tactical defender or a neutral defender. One that is very good when it comes to not being able to be Ghost or quick. So there you have it. So this is the breakdown that I basically use when I set up Alliance War defense. Now, from the difference you're looking at there, last Alliance War, we did get more than half of the Alliance War kills. Now, I know it might have been off-season and some guys were not trying, but they were really trying to get through the map, and it was a problem for them even getting through section 2 in path 1, 2 and 3. They did not even touch path 1. So this is just a guideline of how I set up my Alliance War defense. Now, we do know that there are problematic defenders, tactical defenders, and neutral defenders. Now, we cannot have two of the same champion. So, the majority of the focus should be on your neutral defenders. So, you need to go through your neutral defenders and see where you can place them when it comes to specific lanes, like I've mentioned, that you need to focus on. Once those are filled, and you have your neutral defenders, then you move towards your tactical defenders. After you have gone through the tactical defenders, you only have a few spots for what we call problematic defender. Now, you see Tigra there. She's a problematic defender, and she is there because the spots that will open, like ebb and flow intercept, she would be great there. So for example, I placed her right where she would work. Another one that would have been good there, in my opinion, let's see, Mordo would have been good there as well, but he is better placed on other nodes. So you prioritize the nodes that needs to be prioritized first, then you go over to your problematic defenders and go through the list and pick those defenders that you think would cause a problem on defense. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how I really go through my Alliance War defense. Now, I know it's a lot to take in, but it is not as difficult as some people may think, as long as you have the list. So what I am going to do is I'm going to drop the list in the description below. You could have a look. You could tell me your options, basically what I missed out or what you believe would be specific nodes for specific defenders that would work really well. But at the end of the day, we only have 30 spots when it comes to Alliance War. So you need to prioritize your neutral, tactical, and problematic. Anyways, hope you guys learned something. This is just a guide. No means should you take everything that was said here at full pace, but you can slowly learn and build from it like I have. I will be setting up attack to show you guys how I do it for attack. And if you want, you could like, follow, and subscribe, and stay tuned for that when the time comes. For now, peace.